Hello and welcome to this new video. My name is Miriam and I love everything about books. You may or may not know that I challenged myself to read 365 books in a year, and 2021 is that year. Every week I post a weekly wrap-up video about the books I read in the past week, and today's weekly wrap-up video is about the books I read from Friday the 5th of February until Thursday the 11th of February. If you've seen the previous weekly wrap-up video, you know that last week I read only 4 books. I'm glad to say there's an improvement in that because I read 6 books in the past week and 2 were very big books. I already mentioned it in last week's weekly wrap-up video, but I'm reading the Mistborn trilogy by Brendan Sanderson. And the past week I finished The Final Empire and the second book, The Well of Ascension. And I'm currently reading The Hero of Ages, and I really enjoy this trilogy actually. I read The Final Empire a couple of years ago. I borrowed it from the library and I sort of enjoyed it, but I didn't not really bother to continue the story. And then I found out that these books are also available on Kobo Plus, so I wanted to give it another go, and I really liked it again, and this time I wanted to know how the story continued. So I read The Well of Ascension as well, and I'm really interested to see how the story concludes in The Hero of Ages, so I really hope it concludes there. I believe the 4th book is a new trilogy. That's really what I hope. So I did not read those 2 books in order because in between the books I read other books. Because the books by Brendan Sanderson are such long books, I chose to read some books in between so I would not be really behind on my challenge. It's not like in order it wasn't the 3rd book of the week, but just because it's easier to say that. The 3rd book of the week was a Dutch book, Ik kom je halen by Marijke Vos, and the title can be translated as I'll Come and Get You, and it was a really funny story. It was a feel-good story about a Dutch woman who, she did not have a job, and her best friend is in America for some press conference and stuff like that, and then she goes missing. So with the last money she got, she buys a ticket to America to come and get her friend. A road trip follows, and obviously she falls in love with an American guy, and it was such a fluffy romance book and I really enjoyed it. So that was totally different from the fantasy book I'm reading, but I really like that. I really like to mix up the genres I read. The 4th book I read was also a Dutch book, but it does not have like a decent cover on Goodreads, so I won't show you that one. But it's called Blut, which can be translated as Broke, and it's a non-fiction book. Well, at some point in her life, the author of the book, she had only €3.74 left, and she describes her journey, how she went from being broke to being not really like rich in money, but rich in experience, but also rich in money. So how she got her life back together, and well, I definitely learned some lessons from the book, but I did not agree with everything that was described in the book, but it was really I think it was a useful book to read. So the 5th book was also another escape from the fantasy world, which I really enjoyed, but still I wanted to read something different, so I read Barefoot Summer by Denise Hunter. I had not read a book by this author before. It was recommended to me by a friend quite a few times, and I really like this book. It was feel good, but also there was a bit of faith in it, and I think the journey of the characters was very well written, which also was for the sequel in this series, which was Dancing with Fireflies, also by Denise Hunter. I think I like this one best, although the other one was also really great. I understood that this is actually a series consisting of 5 books, but only 2 of them are available in the Netherlands, so if I want to read the entire series I should probably be more patient or read them in English, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that yet, but I really enjoyed these books. And the thing is, it is a series, but in every book the story concludes and the next book in the series focuses on a different character, so you don't have to read the series in order. At least that's what I think. These were the books I read in the past week. I am currently reading The Hero of Ages, and hopefully, because I'm filming this on Saturday, and hopefully I will finish it today or tomorrow so I can finally get into a few new books, and hopefully I will get more speed into my reading because I'm now 4 or 5 books behind on my challenge. It's not that bad. I'm still fully convinced I will manage this because I got another readathon planned for this Saturday. I won't film it, so that will probably save me time so I can read more. I will post some stories on Instagram, so if you want to follow the readathon, then go to my Instagram. Yeah, I feel quite content with the reading I did so far, but I still want to read more. I have this feeling that I read a lot and I really enjoy it, but if it's possible, I still want to read more, if you sort of get what I mean. This was my weekly wrap-up video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope your reading is going great. If you want to let me know in a comment the book you're currently reading and what you think of it. If you want to follow me on my journey of reading 365 books in a year, then consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, happy reading!